Morning, Rabbi. Today, Thursday, Het Tammuz, July 11, 2019, and we're dedicating the shiur today, Leilun Nishmat, Devorah Fege Bat Shemuel, and Ora Devorah Bat Shemuel, Ruach Hashem Tenachem Began Eden. You know, I think I told you long time ago, very interesting story that I would like to take a very powerful message throughout this story. In the UK, in England, just before the war, the King of England decided to do a certain type of movement. It is something very weird. It came up when all the war with the Nazis started. And he did a lot. He put a lot of power to bring 100 kids from Europe, from all the countries that were in danger, to bring them to London, to England. They were able to bring 100 little kids, Jewish little kids, and they saved them. Story goes that just at the beginning of the war, the king was very proud of himself, for sure, and he decided that he wants to see the kids that he saved, right? So he asked that he would like to come to that to the place where all the kids are staying. Everybody prepared the place. They already explained to the kids exactly how they're supposed to behave. They put them in different lines, 2 lines. The king is going to pass in the middle. 50 kids in one side, 50 kids in the other side. The king is going to pass in the middle. They're not allowed to say anything besides thank you and to take down their head. The king got there. I think it was King George, I think was his name. Interesting, I'm going to tell you something about this king. He was the little son of the king of before. The King George had an older brother. His name was Edward. This guy Edward never became a king. Never became a king. What he's today, I don't know if he's still alive. I don't think he's alive. We're talking about the King George is the father of the Queen Elizabeth, right? This guy Edward never became a king. You want to know why? Because when he wanted to get married to a lady that she was divorced. And in the kingdom, they don't accept divorced women. So they told him, listen, if you're going to take this woman, you will lose all the kingdom for you and for all your generations to come. And this guy decided to get married to the lady, and he lost everything. What do you think? Stam happened? Rabotai, all this story came up because the Queen Elizabeth, she went when Obama was the president in the US. She came to visit him, and the whole story came up that the uncle of the Queen Elizabeth, Edward, was supporting the Nazis. And if Bar Minan, this guy, was becoming the king, Lo Aleinu, there was no salvation for all the Jews in England. There was no salvation for the Jews that escaped to England. And Baruch Hashem, we had mercy inside the disaster of the Holocaust. Anyway, so the kids, they're standing in these 2 lines, and the King George is passing, and everybody with flags and thanking him with flowers. They throw stuff. Thank you, thank you. Everything was going well. Until just before the end of the line, a kid jumps from one of the sides, gets to the king, and he cries, And he begs him, please, save my family. Please, save my parents, my brothers and sisters. You can imagine already immediately. The security took the kid. They throw him out, right? But the king wanted to hear the kid. And he asked that he wants to talk to the kid face to face. The kid really asked for him to please save his family. And the king did all his effort to bring all his family from Ukraine, I think it was, to London. Rabotai, this kid, his name was Tuvia. This kid today is the chief rabbi of the Eda Haredit. His name is Rabbi Tuvia Weiss. And this rabbi, when they asked him, what was in your mind? I mean, how come that he had this power to jump on the king and to ask? And he said, all of the kids were crying. All of them, they were missing their parents. But all of them, they cried in the wrong moment. They were crying at bed. They were crying in the playroom, how do you call it? Playground, whatever. The only one that knew when to cry in the right moment was him. And then he said, Am Yisrael, they're having the opportunities of crying in different moments. If we don't cry at those moments, it's going to be much harder after. One of the key moments, he said, is Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Those are the moments that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that the King is passing in between us. And other moments, he says, every single day, Shacharit, Mincha, and Arvit, Adamida. Sometimes we rush in the middle of Tefillah, and when we have the problem, we are in the store and whatever is happening, then we pray, Borei Olam, help me. What happened? You were in shul 2 minutes ago. You had the minyan, the power of a minyan to bring up your tefillot up. Those are key moments that a person have every single day. When you come to shul and you pray with the minyan, at the moment of the Amidah. Don't rush it. Take your time, express yourself, and you're going to see salvation. Let me tell you something amazing. We know that we have the 8th beracha of the Amidah. What is the 8th beracha of the Amidah? The 8th beracha is Refaenu. The Yerushalmi writes, why the 8th beracha of the Amidah is Refaenu? Because Refaenu is connected to Brit Milah, that is also the 8th day. Why? The pshat is because the kid needs refuah, correct? Because the kid needs refuah, so we're going to mention Refaenu also at the 8th beracha. Comes the Maharal of Prague and he explains according to the Kabbalah even deeper. And he says, no, it's not only because Brit Milah is in the 8th day, so Refaenu at 8th beracha. It's deeper than that. According to the Kabbalah, the number 8 represents above nature. Above nature. Why? Because Borei Olam created the world in 7 days. That's the nature. What's above nature? Number 8. Everything that has to do with the number 8 is above. Brit Milah is above nature. You know why? Very simple. Brit Milah, to take a baby, little kid, to do Brit Milah, no anesthesia, no doctors, no nothing. And you have hundreds or thousands of millions of Jews that have done Brit Milah and everything went well, is because the concept of the Brit Milah is above nature. Say the Maharal, the same thing with the Amidah. When a person prays, especially on Refaenu, and he understands that Refuah is only above nature, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu can come and to give Refuah Shalema. Chovot Revavot writes down that a person can lose with his own hands the beracha of Borei Olam to save him only if he's going to think that Borei Olam is limited. How many times happen that people are telling us, you don't have any chance for this. If it is in our business, they're telling us, forget about it. Don't even put your money over here. There's no chance. There's nothing to do. Or they're telling you that you're not successful in certain things. Or even in Refuah Shlema, Bar Minan, they say they give up doctors. But says the Chovat Revavot, when a person gets to 100% emunah, that Borei Olam is over the power of everything, then Borei Olam can really enter to the picture. Unfortunately, we pray today, right, opening the Hechal, about this terrible tragedy that we still have. It's still happening. This young fellow, young rabbi of a school that wanted to save one of his students in the water. We don't find him already 2 days. So people are giving up. That's it. It's over. Once it's over. What about the barrier, whatever it's needed? Yeah, but even the police gave up. That's true. The police, they decided to stop searching him. But Rabotai, when we trust that Borei Olam in 1 second can change the whole scenario, that's our obligation. Trust in Him, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes up. Let me tell you something unbelievable. Shimshon, you heard about Shimshon? Shimshon HaGibor. Unfortunately, people, when I talk about Shimshon, you already imagine, Rambo. A guy with muscles that is cracking his shirt, and a guy with the long hair, handsome. Wrong. The Gemara writes, Shimshon neche b'shte raglav haya. Yes? Shimshon couldn't walk. Barely was able to walk. Shimshon was the most weakest person in the generation. Regular, skinny guy, Hazid guy. All the power of Shimshon was only beracha straight from Borei Olam. By keeping up his nezirut. The hair. What happened with the hair? The hair is to be Nazir, correct? Nazir is to disconnect from this world and to get connected to Borei Olam. Say HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you're going to be Nazir forever. Because only throughout your connection to me, I'm going to be able to help you out. What happened? There was a story with Shimshon. I don't know if you learned it or not. I'm going to say it very quick. Shimshon, he got married twice with a Goya. Now the Gemara writes that Shimshon had the permission to do it. Why? Because the whole purpose of getting married to those Goyim, to those Pelishtim, was to get inside the families of the Pelishtim and to cause fights, internal fights, and like that the Pelishtim, they will not blame the Jews and they will not do anything bad to the Jews. Anyway, the first wife of Shimshon tells his parents, I want to go to Pelishtim and to get married to a girl. They tried to convince him, why you don't have enough girls over here by Am Yisrael? No, I want this. And they went. On the way, Shimshon was a Nazir. They had to pass next to a vineyard. The halakha writes a Nazir is not allowed to pass next to a vineyard. So what he had to do was to separate himself from his parents. His parents cut throughout the vineyard, and Shimshon had to do the whole turn. Says the Navi, Safra Shoftim, Shimshon was making the whole turn, and all of a sudden he sees in front of him a lion. A lion. The Navi explains, the Navi tells us that Shimshon, I think the pasuk is, Vanacha alav ruach Hashem, the power of Borei Olam, kivechol, the spirit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to Shimshon, and he took the Ari, he took the lion, and he cut it in two, says the Navi, like to take a weak animal and to cut it into a gdi. That's what he did with the lion. What do you think, Shimshon? After he finished that, he came back to his parents and he tells them, oh, listen what I did. He didn't say a word. It's not him. It's Borei Olam. When he gets married to this girl, in the Sheva Berachot, they're having a whole party, those Goyim, and he starts his plan. What's his plan? He stands up and he says, Rabotai, I have a quiz. Not a quiz. Riddle. Thank you. A riddle. What's the riddle? He says, listen. Mi'az yatsa matok. from something that is strong and hard and dangerous, something sweet came out. Mitoref, I think, I don't remember good the words, yeah? From someone that eats came out food. What happened was that from that animal, that lion that got killed, with the time, bees came up and they made a whole beehive. Anyway, that was the Hida. They go in, they had 7 days. He says, listen, you have 7 days to get the answer. If you're not going to get the answer, each one of you, you are 30 people, each one of you will have to give me 30 halifot, 30 garments. Well, I'm sorry, 1 garment each. If not, I will give to each one of you 30 garments. Go in, they started to think, no chance. What they did, they took the wife of Shimshon and they told her, if you're not going to give us the answer, we're going to burn you and all your family alive. She went to Shimshon. Shimshon, you don't love me. You're not helping me. Come on, you don't tell me. I'm your wife. You're not telling me the answer. Blah, blah, blah. Shimshon waited until the 7th day and then he told her. He knew very good that she's going to tell them, whatever. The whole story ends up that Shimshon took the advantage. And he said, I'm going to pay you guys whatever I promise. But I'm going to pay you in my way. And over there, the Navi says that he took all those garments from all the Pelishtim, and he beat up Pelishtim all over to give the garments to those guys. That was part of the plan. Rabotai, why is it so important for us to know this story? Say Chachamim, just to tell us that sentence that I mentioned at the end. Me'az yatsa matok. Mimar yatsa matok. From something that it's bitter, if you have belief on Borei Olam, you can see sweetness inside. Sometimes we see everything is becoming dark, but inside the darkness, we can always find something of light. We have to look for it. We have to trust in it. But the light is inside. Let me tell you a fantastic story that I heard mamash recently. There is a couple in Eretz Israel, Avrechim. The boy learns in Kollel, in Yeshiva, and the wife, she works. But the wife, she's very special in making decorations for Sukkot. Handmade decorations. Not the hartuche over there that they sell you. Yeah? The good one. Every year, she have new ideas. And she's selling very well. She sells from the beginning of Rosh Chodesh Elul until Sukkot. She have a small store, opening only for those 2 months. Everybody comes. She had already fixed customers and everything. She said that she was used to prepare the food for the holidays 2 months ahead and to freeze it. Why? Because she didn't have time. She was very busy all those months. One of the years, Rosh Chodesh Elul comes, and she had already great ideas, and she already worked for having all the decoration done. She wakes up in the morning, and she sees a huge sign in the street. What happened? They decided to make a marketplace in front of her little store, especially for Sukkot, especially for decorations for the Sukkot. She said, fine, listen, I have fixed customers. They know me already. You know, they like my decorations. They know that I'm selling quality. Rabotai, not one person stepped inside the store. And the people that were stepping inside was just to check out prices and to buy from the other one. All the month of Elul was like that. Rosh Hashanah arrived, she had no customers. Nothing. She says, it's my first time that I was able to cook for the holidays. Was my first time that I understood that when Borei Olam says on Rosh Hashanah, You have to decree how much parnasa you're going to get. Now I feel it. It's not customers that I had, and it's not how great quality I do. Nothing. And she started to reinforce herself in the concept of emunah by parnasa. Rabotai, to make the long story short, Kippur passed, nothing. Before Sukkot, nothing. Was Erev Sukkot. Was Erev Sukkot, and the husband comes back from the Kollel, and he tells his wife, listen, Ishtadlut is not helping, is not the one that gives us salvation, but is our obligation. We have to do Ishtadlut. You know what? You have some hours left. Go and open the store. She said, what? I'm going to open the store, Erev Hag. What are you talking about? The whole month no one came. Tells her, listen, you're not going to lose anything. Stay inside the store. Say Tehillim. She hears her husband. She opens up the store. And Rabotai, already the stores around, they started to close. Erev Hag. All of a sudden, there is a couple comes up to the store. And they said, it's Min HaShamayim. It's Min HaShamayim. What happened? Listen, Min HaShamayim, that you're open, you're going to save us. What happened was, this couple they live in I don't know which city, very important family. They have a huge sukkah, 10 meters big, something huge. They invite on their sukkot rabbis, politicians. They invited, and they usually have their sukkot set up from a long time before. What happened was, Erev Sukkot, one of the neighbors, the pipe of one of the neighbors exploded, and all of the water fell inside their sukkah. They ruined all the decoration. And they're holding Erev Sukkot and they have nothing. And this couple bought the whole entire store. She said, I had one customer that covered the whole entire expenses that I had throughout the whole months. She understood that Parnasa is Mishamayim, and Parnasa comes when you trust. When you understand that Borei Olam can do whatever you can even not imagine, and you believe that Borei Olam is here, Borei Olam can show you sins as well. Baruch Adonai. Amen.